What's up? What's up? It's your boy Sox Cobain. CMF is the best choice media films. We back. Before y'all do anything, make sure y'all subscribe to that channel so y'all can stay alert and y'all can get all the new videos, all the new shorts, everything that we do over here at the Sitcast. Well, Sitcast stands for Streets is Talking. That's what we doing over here. Platform Choice Media Films. And if you're looking to do a show, podcast, anything media related, holla at us. We might be able to help you out because we're looking for people right now to put on our platform. Choice Media is not just about the Sitcast. This is just the show that had to pop it off. You know what I'm saying? To get everything going. So, before we go any further, shout out to Collector's Choice. Make sure y'all follow that Collector's Choice underscore COLLECTORSCHOICE on Instagram. That's underscore Collector's Choice. Make sure y'all follow us on the gram, and you can stay up to date. Get all the dope new merch, everything. This is the Notorious Big T. We designed this ourselves. See that? Christopher Wallace. The only Christopher we acknowledge is Wallace. You know what I'm saying? Out here in the big city of New York, where we from. So we had to do one in the name of Big. Shout out to Big. You know what I'm saying? Top 5 that are alive. Shout out to C Gutter. And shout out to everybody over there on the Fulton side of Brooklyn, all the peoples, man. Birds of mother. Today we're gonna get into 3 topics. And we're gonna start off, since we talking about Big, we gotta talk about style, you know what I'm saying? Cause he's one of the flyest rappers ever. And he wasn't even here as long as some of these guys now. So we're gonna jump straight into it. Lil Yachty just made a comment recently saying that New York, basically like we're irrelevant when it comes to fashion. Now we can't dress, we don't make style. Sip some red wine of that. Yeah, little Yachty made a comment. Um, First off, we not being disrespectful here. We just sharing out outside of the our POV and our opinion. Now, I like Little Yachty. I know you probably like, what do you like about your Little Yachty? I like that Little Yachty seems to be Little Yachty. He didn't come out and I was getting 21 Savage, or I was getting uh Fabulous, or I was getting Future, or I was getting J. Cole. I got Little Yachty the whole time. It was like a new person, you know what I'm saying? Being himself, not kind of being like the rest of a lot of these artists that follow other artists. It seemed like Little Yachty was making his way. And also, what I liked about him is I noticed that he, uh, at a point in time in his career, started really getting sunk in with New York fashion. When I say New York fashion, fitted caps are New York fashion. You know what I'm saying? Like, we started this. The Yankee cap is the #1 selling baseball cap in the world. You come to New York, you're never gonna see more Yankee caps in your life. You know what I'm saying? We made the fitted caps cool, you know? Um, so like I said, I seen them starting to get dug in with a lot of New York fashion, the fitted caps. He started rocking with the Carhartts. He started getting in tune with the Levi jean suits. He's on his Air Force Ones. He's in the Columbia. He's in the Nautica. He even started modeling, I think, for Nautica and Tommy. But even when you think of those brands, where did Nautica and Tommy get famous from? Where did Nautica and Tommy blow up at? What were one of their biggest markets? New York. New York. New York. Now in New York, you can still throw on some classic Tommy. Probably not a lot of that shit they have Yachty modeling. You know what I'm saying? But he did it for a check. That's respect. But you know what I'm saying? We did that. We did that. We made that hot. Nautica, same way. Nautica's still prevalent. A lot of good pieces. You could throw on Naughty. You know what I'm saying? And you stepping. And it was mind-boggling that he made the comment saying that New York is not relevant in fashion. Because I'm like, boy, where you get your style from? You don't dress like what we would call an out-of-towner. When we see you in these Carhartt suits and these Columbia suits and these fitted caps, and you wearing Timberland 6 inches and all that, and it's not what you wear neither. Let's not get it twisted. It's how you wear it. You see what I'm saying? You see me. Oversized tee, Biggie on the front. Fitted cap to the back. Cartier shades. Camo shorts. M&L, shout out to them. Got the Adidas joints on my feet to match, you know what I'm saying? And then I got my socks to match because y'all know I'm Socks Cobain. Speaking of experience, plus I love me a good pair of socks. So how I put this together, you could tell like, oh, he from the town. You know what I'm saying? He from the town. And especially how I'm going to bop out when I step out of it too. Like, oh yeah, he from the town. So when you get these other guys and we birthed your whole style, Yachty. Respectfully, we birthed your whole style. I want to know any crew out of Atlanta that existed before the lowlifes existed in New York. And Lil Yachty should know who the lowlifes is. If you're anywhere in the world and you consider yourself a person that's, you know, fashion savvy and, educated on fashion, you know who the lowlifes are. And if you don't, do your homework. You know what I'm saying? Do your homework. Shout out to the lowlifes. Rest in peace, Uncle Dis. Pawn self. Shout out to the lowlifes. They brothers, so I got it twisted. Shout out Uncle Dis. Rest in peace, Ski Low. Shout out Thurston Howell. Shout out Racklow. Shout out Reese Low. Shout out Light. It's so many lowlifes and so many names I could go through. I'm going to keep going, you know what I'm saying? Because I know the history I was put on. You know what I'm saying? I was directly around some first generation lowlifes. So I know the history. And if you don't know the history, you should know. If you don't know who the lowlifes are, you should know. So wherever you at in the world, you know what I'm saying? Wherever you at in the world, even if you in New York, ask Ralph Lauren who made Polo impactful in the urban community. You know what I'm saying? What city, what town did that? Ralph Lauren actually thanks the lowlifes in his book. You know what I'm saying? In his book. So if there's a crew in Atlanta that existed before the lowlifes, that's just one crew in New York I'm telling you about. You know what I'm saying? A big crew, a big movement, a historical movement. You can't talk about New York. You can't talk about Brooklyn. You can't talk about streetwear fashion without talking about the lowlifes. You know what I'm saying? You can't even talk about aggressive fashion, collector's choice, without talking about the lowlifes. You know what I'm saying? Because we are a product of that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was getting fly. We was getting crazy fly. Going to school with $400, $500, $1,000, $1,200 worth of low on sometimes. You know what I'm saying? One day, one outfit. We're doing this. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear cats like Lil Yachty say that New York doesn't have any influence, y'all still wearing them shiny belts out of town, the big ones that the Dips made hot and everybody made hot uptown. I forgot what the name of them are. Max B, Uptown made that hot. Shout out to Harlem, home of fashion. You want to take Harlem out of